What makes me lean right? I saw someone ask. This should be on my political channel, but it's the basic difference between people who lean right and left is tough love versus soft love. I'm more of a tough love guy. Um, Personal responsibility versus corporate or community responsibility, and I'm more of a personal responsibility guy. Not to say that their communities and governments are not cannot be held responsible. I'm not saying that. It's where you lean. People who are raised on farms tend to value personal responsibility over community, and that's because they kind of have to believe that if they want to survive. They see every day demonstrable evidence of them doing stuff. Like if something breaks on a farm and nobody else is around, like you're working on a piece of equipment and it breaks, there's nobody else around to blame. You look in the mirror and say, I did that. Whereas when you're working in with a group of people, you could always say, well, this person played a part or that person played. No, when you're alone on a farm and you're doing stuff, doing work, the buck stops with you. And vice versa. If you planted a field of corn and you from start to finish, and then after a few months you see the corn starting to grow, you look in the mirror and say, I did that. Me, not anybody else. I did that. So this whole idea of personal responsibility, this is why you'll see, just look at the political map. This is why rural areas are mostly red, people in cities mostly blue. And then with the tough love versus soft love thing, nothing wrong with either. You you'll see people naturally have a proclivity to one over another. If you see someone hurting and your first response is to give them a hug, odds are you're a woman, number one. Not to say men don't do that, but a man is more likely to want to fix it. Like, what's causing you the pain? Let's fix what's causing it. Whereas a woman is, the priority number one is, let's just fix how you're feeling right now through comfort or whatever. And this explains why you'll have 60% of women being Democrat, only 40% men. And this also explains why when women get married to men, they tend to shift back to the right. Someone on the left is more likely to say, society has caused this poor person to be poor. The society has caused this or this criminal to be a criminal. Where someone on the right would say, no, this person has chosen to do this. Someone on the right can say to a poor person, you made a mistake. Bad person. Where someone on the left could never say that. When in actual fact, it could be true that the person made choices that were bad for them, that they chose, and that someone in the same situation who is equally poor didn't choose. And so someone on the left is going to focus in on making them feel better and not blaming them, where someone on the right would blame them. That's basically it. But then you can have specific issues like, actually, those principles run throughout almost every issue. Take closed borders, for example. Those poor people from Mexico, from South America, they just want a better life for them and the kids. That's soft love, right? It's like, don't blame them for crossing illegally because they're so desperate for hope. That's the soft love coming through. Whereas someone on the right would say, no, we have proper channels of, if you want to come into this country, you have to do it legally, blah, blah, blah. You got to make the right choices. And it's not your right to be in this country. It's a privilege. And if you want to do it legally, you got to jump all through all these hoops. What's another issue? Oh yeah, taxation, same thing. If you're very, very wealthy, odds are you did something bad, evil. because no one's that much better than another person. But if you lean right, you say, no, when it comes to making money, investments, making right choices, some people are better than other people at that. But someone on the left would struggle to say that out loud because that makes them feel bad. And they like to keep people feeling good. But think of it this way. If you lean left, I think you would have no problem to say that people on the left are more compassionate, have more empathy than people on the right. I think some people on the left would say that. Yeah, you're right. In the same way, some people on the right are better with other things. And this is why we need each other.